Hi everyone. So it's getting pretty late. It's almost like 12:30. I just wanted to make this video about this particular thing that's been on my mind just a few days ago, and it's just like something it's been, like germinating and. Okay, the one thing is that I said that I'm not making as many videos about narcissistic abuse because I find that it's a very self-affirming negative. It can be negative or it can be positive, but generally it's negative. When we keep on making videos like that, we give a lot of energy to something, and giving energy to really negative things, okay, does not really help you, okay. But one thing I notice about the whole stack of different content creators, okay, I named quite a few, okay. That's Froggy Frog 9000, who has been shadow banned by a lot of people, okay. He might have a lot of followers, but his content is really just negative, and he actually makes false accusations about some people. And then there's also a nut poacher who is always going on this anti-man track, claiming that all men are bad, and why aren't you lesbian, okay, if you really hate men so much. Then she claims that she's straight. So it's inconsistency and everything. But the one trait that I noticed about all these content creators, that what is the one thing that through which you know that the content creator, whether a male or female, is not exactly helping a person to recover. Okay, the one thing I've been saying over again, that I said, the one thing that we fear as survivors of narcissistic abuse is, it's not just the relieving of that whole trauma again when we bump into it's just me bumping into that narcissistic abuser. But sometimes we don't just get triggered when we bump into them, okay. We get triggered again when we actually encounter people who use the same techniques as they do, okay. So one of the few red flags that I actually noticed is this thing called rage baiting. Okay, what is rage baiting? Okay, rage baiting, there can be different forms of it. Okay, one way is to, they actually, they keep on trying to do something like say something to push your buttons. And then when they push your buttons, okay, there are different ways. The last video I showed was a very short video about different people blowing up each other. Some of these so-called narcissistic, yeah, abuse gurus and experts, they claim to be the best. But the one thing is that they blow up at you, they keep on blowing up at you, or to try to get you to react, okay. And sometimes it's not even just blowing up, they could be doing stuff like lying about you. Yeah, like Froggy Frog keeps on saying that I lie about some stuff. Like you don't even know me, and I'm like, I'm not lying about tarot or whatever. I used to do it, but I don't do it anymore. And the thing is that the whole hallmark of a person who is actually not reliable is when he or she keeps on trying to lie about you so that they can get you to defend yourself. I don't need to defend myself in front of you because I don't know you. You don't know me. You're just making a false assumption that is not even true. That can't be proven. It's like, in a legal law of court, he said, she said, it means nothing, okay. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So you need real hard evidence, okay. So like, when Nat Poacher said that I was obsessed with her, I'm not even following you anymore, okay. I unfollowed you because you hate men. So you know what, no male follower, no male, like, survivor of narcissistic abuse should be turning to a female who hates men, because you'll be extending the abuse that they actually went through with another narcissist. You are no different from them, okay. And the other thing is, they don't just necessarily rage bait by blowing up or throwing a hissy fit. The other thing, as I said, is actually lie about you, or they say things which are not true, so that they keep it's like he said, she said, or she said, he said, whatever, just to get you to react. The main point is to get you to react, okay. So like when the pig starts rolling about in the mud, he wants you to actually roll in the mud with them. Don't play that game, okay. So if you can, unfollow all these people, okay. I don't really care if like 1,000 people follow me, or one person just follows me, and I haven't done anything that's kind of like warranting any kind of concern because I don't target anyone who's weak. I don't have this kind of thing. I don't have a complex where I actually criticize people for being old and yeah, this is what Nat Poacher does. She criticizes someone for being old, saying that, oh, that old man, he's now dead. He said I need to go to the bathroom or something. You know that this is what happens to old people. Sometimes you lose your control of your bladder or your bowels. It's just the way it is. Okay, why are you laughing at them and mocking them? You're no different from a narcissist or a psychopath. Okay, and then you going saying that you're a victim. It makes it even harder for people to believe it. Okay. And then the funny thing is all these people, they always claim to be victims, saying I'm targeted by people. No one really wants to care about you, but you keep on pressing those buttons, and sometimes you even make videos flaming them, okay, like smear campaigns, whatever. And you realize at the end of the day, do you help anyone to recover or get better? You're not really the expert you claim that you are. Okay, so one thing, just beware of all this rage baiting. Okay, it's very similar to like smear campaigns, and not just smear campaigns, but even what narcissists do in front of you. They just want to keep up poking the bear. They think that you won't react, and then when because I mean, this is the truth. All empaths have a side of us which is like the dragon or the bear. So once being poked to the extreme and being pushed over the edge, we start blowing up. And then when we blow up, one thing, we get worse than the narcissist, and the narcissist has to fear us. Why go to that extent? Okay, it's really unhealthy, and I don't even recommend that. Okay, so anyway, that's it for now. Have a good one, everyone. Bye bye.